our payment
Make sure
to
that payment
what's the name of this gentleman?
Michael.
So Michael, we've got to make sure our payment to Michael is less than $4,000 a month, right?
a month.
Right. Okay.
So have you gotten into any of that stuff, like down payment or any of that stuff?
No, we haven't gotten into it. He was only concerned, like a general concern, because his deed would be collateral with the mortgage, but I mean, that's standard with any mortgage if you don't make any payments, you know?
Right.
Fall behind.
Okay.
All right, so put his number in the side. Let's call him.
What's the mortgage?
Hello?
Hey, is this Michael?
It's Michael.
Yeah, who's calling?
Hi, Michael. My name is Pace. I'm partners with Will. How you doing?
How you doing?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I'm giving you a call. I'm going through all of our deals for the week. Sounds like you're a pretty busy guy. Just wanted to touch base and see if I should pursue this deal. Sounds like you've got a deal you're trying to sell for about $456.
Yeah, 458, I think.
458. Okay, 458,000. How's that going?
It's okay. I told Will that not interested to sell the, for additional purchase that I want.
Right.
And I got a good cash flow, $1,500 cash every month. And the property is minimum free.
Right.
So I listed there. The primary investors are looking for it. I want cash. And I want a good price. So I let you guys up the deal. Okay, I'm not going to sell. And then the other thing is, this term, whatever the term thing that you're talking about, I checked with the people, some lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not legal, and I don't want to be subject to this, subject to that. Because of any issues, I have to sue the third party. I mean, between me and the bank. So, I don't want to end up just getting the down payment and then I get a mortgage. No. So.
Who's the name of the attorney you talked to?
Well, it's my attorney for the last 30 years. That's real. So.
What's his name? What's his name?
It doesn't matter what his name is. Okay, so I just don't like the deal. I don't like the deal unless you pay cash. Yeah. So other than that, we had nothing to talk about.
Well, it does matter what your attorney's name is because I'd love to chat with him and see if there's something I'm missing.
No, it's just not legal. I mean, everybody knows that in
the closing,
I have to pay off the mortgage.
I have to pay off the mortgage.
Or tax lien or whatever.
Tax lien or whatever.
So if
lien on the property can change for the title.
If I've bought thousands of houses this way, I'm sorry, is my phone not working? Can you not hear me?
Hear me? It's not working.
No, I don't think you want to listen to what I say first. So
well, you haven't given me a chance to talk. You just keep talking over me, so I just assumed my phone wasn't working.
Well, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
No, talk about it.
I'm just going to tell you how I see this.
Okay.
If I don't pay real estate taxes and I don't pay mortgage, I default, and I can change my deed and my title to somebody else, I would love to do that.
Love to do that.
What if you do something where you control the deed and you control the title, but you still sell it on an agreement for sale?
For sale.
Well, if there's any problem with the agreement, I have to sue you.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, unless the deed's still under my name. Otherwise, I have a problem.
The deed is in your name. If you do an agreement for sale, the deed is in your name. It's not in my name.
Then maybe workable.
Okay, well
then
what do we got? What do we got to do to go down that path?
On that path.
Well, I mean, so the idea is the deed and title is still under my name.
Okay, deed in my name, mortgage is still under my name.
So the way it works, do you close escrow with your real estate attorney, or do you close escrow with a title company?
Okay, well, this changed the whole picture, right? So basically, I was just concerned about the legal part of, selling the property to someone, then I have to pay, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're saying I'm not going to sell it to you.
Sell it to you.
Then I need to understand the details on this one.
Okay. When you I'm going to explain the details to you, but I have a quick question. Do you typically, when you do a real estate transaction, do you go through your real estate attorney or do you go through a title company?
Well, the only time that I just go to the title company is because real estate agent, a real estate attorney when I do cash out refinance.
Got it.
Every time I do a purchase, I always go through attorney.
Okay, so here's what I think we should do, because I think, for 30 years you've taken this guy's advice. I think you should call this guy, and we should have another conversation. You should ask him about the type of transaction called agreement for sale.
Agreement for sale.
Agreement for sale. You control the deed. You control title. I don't have any control over any of that stuff. Okay.
Okay.
And
agreement for sale.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Ma'am. I'm good, doing good. How are you guys? Mhm. Money causing hole, live in the mix. Money causing hole. No, I'm not, yeah, in the deal, Giovanni, understand this as a train, and then internationally, not just but then did, this, or I'm not done this, done this, and done this, yeah. I know everything that I get. You're into the sticks.
Agreement for sale, and I can explain it. I can explain it, but I think that you trust him a lot more than you trust me. So I think it'd be better coming from his mouth.
Okay, well, I mean, if you can explain like really high level bullet points how this is done,
okay,
I would write it down, and when I talk to you, I
right now.
understand what you've done, right?
Cool. So here's how it works. Here's how it works. We come up with a down payment. Okay, and we come up with a down payment, a contract price, and we open up escrow with a purchase contract. We then go to your real estate attorney, and he handles the entire transaction.
Okay.
Okay, we don't use my title company, and we don't have to use any of my paperwork. We can use your guys' paperwork. I'm happy with that because I know nothing I've ever done is illegal. So I would want to go through your attorney because I might be able to give him business in the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So
he's a very experienced lawyer. So
well, obviously, 30 years. He sounds like he's also pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Well, I use other lawyers too, but I think the one in Bloomfield, Calgary, West Bunch area use him.
West Bunch area.
So, I do have a lot of property, so, I have 30-something units. So, I do have other lawyers too.
Right.
Okay. So, first step is you pay the down payment.
Right, we pay the down payment, and then we basically, you're no longer the landlord. I'm the landlord. And I make payments, and we work out a payment structure, and you basically make interest on some of your equity. I think you have a loan on this one, right?
Yes, I do. Probably around a little bit short of $5,000.
Okay, so how big is your mortgage? What's the
dollar amount?
I would say somewhere between 90 and 200.
Okay, so let's say it's 200. So you would basically have $280,000 in equity, something like that.
$8,000 in equity, something like that.
What do you mean $280,000 equity?
Well, that's how much.
Oh, you need my side. That's right. Okay, got
it. So basically, I make one payment to you every month, and that payment goes towards your. That goes towards your. Sorry about that. My wife just walked in with a baby.
No. You guys are younger.
Yeah. We're still making babies.
Making babies.
That's good. Okay.
So anyway, we make the payment to you, and then you control the deed and the title.
Okay, so I take a payment. I pay the mortgage for principal, taxes, insurance.
Right.
Actually, not insurance. The insurance is actually separate.
Year.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so why don't we do this? Because I think it.
What's up, George? You're muted.
I know. I was singing, man.
Oh, what song, bro?
You ain't heard of it, man. Not even.
Nah, not at all. Is it Kendrick?
No, Kendrick don't sing.
Come on, Kendrick. Yeah, don't sing. Okay, you win, bro. What's up? How are you? How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, it's Brandy.
Hello.
I just wanted to touch base with you really quick about the email
for us
that Amy sent from the attorney's office.
I wouldn't want to do anything
I think she's
else until you had a conversation with your attorney.
So I just replied back, and it didn't, for whatever reason. So I mean,
it's okay. I answer it too.
Call your attorney.
What's going to happen is it's going to come out of the buyer's money.
Okay.
So what happens is the buyer $100 to the attorney. The attorney.
Let's take a while. So.
My name is Pace. P-A-C-E, like pacemaker.
Pacemaker. So,
You
gonna go?
No, I'm not cool enough to be from New Jersey. I'm
from Arizona.
That $5,000 will then be released to the seller, whatever the
I appreciate you, Michael. Thank you.
man.
Right.
And then the seller will then receive the other $5,000. Now it's
Killed it, man.
30 days.
Wow.
The money.
Right. So that was it, bro. That was it.
Can you ask if
your phone was not working?
Or
can you ask if your phone is not working? So,
I told her that it was coming from the seller's proceeds, but technically,
I believe in miracles now.
It's going to be coming out of what the buyer's saying.
exactly.
I think how you maintain your composure.
So I don't know if you, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping she understands with the email. If not,
Blown up or
we might have to call her.
Yeah, we did it.
try to
with
prove
a
them
couple
wrong.
of
That way they don't even try to.
She's familiar with it, but I'll
Face your
I haven't
your
been
tone,
on
your
the
tone,
phone
your
since
tone, your tone to
you
me.
know, I called her once
Your tone to
yesterday.
stay the same. Your tone stay the same. Same person wasn't just what he said. Your tone wasn't perfect. Realize tone is something. Say the bad things constantly. You know that. When tone is steady, you said it. You can't back down. No one was able to control conversation. Just your tone.
I think he went into the conversation ready to say we're not having a
I did ask
conversation.
her yesterday,
And so that's why he
she
started
said
bringing up
that
his tone, and then Pace is like, "Well, if you
they're
let me
working
speak,
on
You
you
let me
know,
speak.
where the
you know what I'm talking about."
buyer and
I'm
the
talking
seller
about.
can see it, not
And then
the
you
assignee.
line
So
to
he
control
doesn't
about control
know as of
conversation.
now.
From them,
So I guess
right?
that means a no, but
You know, so
she,
the reason that is not cause.
That's it.
but as far as like the
Absolutely. I was
assignees
like,
get
there's
to
no
see
way.
it,
Like, no way, yeah.
Exactly.
we can
Definitely.
just log in and
Watching.
see it without having to ask
Jimmy was like,
Watching.
a company. We can
Game
just log
7,
in
Game
and
7.
see it.
Winning shot. Yeah, winning shot.
To find out even if title's back.
No,
Hey,
I
Pace,
can
I got a
tell
question.
us
Do you
what
actually
happened,
think
but that's typically
haven't
how
talked
they
internally?
calculate it. They
I
don't
know
make
that's why he got upset. And then what happened is,
Yeah, happened is.
I wish like
I
there's
wish
a lot of things that are
there's a lot
going
of
through
things
my
that are
brain
going
at the
through my
moment.
brain.
So I
So
thought
I thought
Right.
he doesn't have an attorney,
Doesn't
otherwise
have
he
an
would have
attorney.
given the attorney.
the attorney's name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Then what he did,
What he
yeah,
did.
exactly.
I'm just
That's what he
trying to
did.
keep
Google.
it
My
What did he
attorney's
do?
name is
I'll email her
Cool.
again, and I don't know if EMD was the
So when I
problem
pushed
either.
on him, he didn't like that.
He didn't
Right?
like
So
that.
that's when I was like, hey, is my phone not working? Like,
Not
you
working.
just keep cutting me off, so I just
Just
assumed my
cut
phone's
me
not
off.
working. No way, you're not like an asshole.
He's already got the wiring instructions.
No,
Okay.
What I then did is
But
I
then
moved
it's
into his
really just
attorney
an
at
attorney.
and
And
Just send her an email and say, look,
okay, I don't know if you guys
I
can
have access to the
I
portal.
walked
walked
into the
into
You know, can you
attorney.
just let me know
Well,
when
that's
title's
probably.
come back yet and title is clear and we're ready to close on the 10th.
I'm gonna be a
business.
good business guy.
Before
Remember,
Remember,
a man can
man,
list
yeah,
against
you have to.
Yeah, I
his
told
will
her
on the
that
same
Without
page.
yesterday,
telling
but I can reiterate
If I'm going
it
to tell him his
again.
I'm gonna
attorney's
tell
an
this
asshole,
man. So
Soon
but
as
what I'm gonna do is I'm just
comes
gonna
back
believe in
from
his
believe in
world,
his
and I'm gonna
world.
step into his world, and now
just say I don't have access to the
is
thing.
let's step into the man.
Please let me know. Please send
you see me
Yes,
argue with
yeah,
him in
every
one
day.
way where I was like, no, it's legal,
Okay.
blah blah blah. Your attorney doesn't know what he's talking
As soon as we
about.
hang up, I will
No, none of
text
that.
Eugene and let him know to send the money in.
Yeah, so
Okay,
So you
cool.
watch
When
it
he
happen.
does
watch
that, just
what
let me
happens.
know.
Seeing how
Is you
these
know
things
how
work.
this things.
For sure.
Yes.
What's the lady's name? Your transaction coordinator? What's her
You know,
name?
just go back and rewatch these things. Why we do the
Why we do this?
Got it.
And what I'm gonna do is, I wish there was a way to respond.
Yeah, you know.
You know.
So just so,
So
you know,
just so you know,
I think
because I think Jimmy
made a good point.
Jimmy letting me respond
You would
to
have
you
blown
would
up,
have
right?
gone off.
and you emailed me.
Yeah, I mean, I've had conversations.
And you started the chain.
Seller will
So
literally
it
say
was
to
really
me,
famous.
oh, it's not.
So you're like 5 or 6 emails back.
Completely legal. I've done many of these.
So I can't.
You didn't even say that.
Let me do this. Let me see if there's any way. Shit, it's not letting me do it. Hold on, here we go.
So Jimmy, just the reason I'm talking
All this.
Melanie.
When I'm going through it, you guys don't see it, but I have internal fire lava through me when somebody's like, yeah.
All right.
But I just know I've done it so many times where I've blown up and I know how this works.
So what
I just know that
let me just do this.
there are no
benefits.
Would it be
I feel
easier
it.
for me to
You guys
text
are like,
you
oh, I'm gonna
Yeah,
master
right.
my emotions.
Master my emotions.
reply to
Master
your
your
Master
reaction,
your
like your
reaction.
emotions
What's the emotion?
Can't control
You
that.
can't control that.
Just know that it's all mechanical.
About
The
Prior
pricing, passive control and frustration. Doesn't go.
Okay.
testosterone.
That's what they're saying.
I got a quick question, babe.
Question.
Why is it that
Let's do that too.
switch? So was it because it had pivoted from the
Original
subject to type of bill
and went to the passive agreement.
Was
Was because
Yeah.
was it legal? Was that why
was
you
other
did that, or was it
deal.
it's not good for the person?
attached to any of
So
Amy's
it's still not workable.
Well,
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. That's why I
Subject to
asked
is always
Subject to
better than
is
agreement.
always
lady's name.
agreement
If
for
you
sale
you could text it to
because I
me.
control the deed
It's
title.
it's
The only
pretty
difference between
simple.
Agreement for
agreement
sale.
for sale is
MELANIE
Uh-huh.
at
Use that more for his benefit.
realestateassets.com.
That more for his benefit because
I'll
he was
email
already
that to the attorney
steering
and
away
tell
from a
her
subject too. So that's why you did.
send it to that email.
That's what's so
for
great
the
about creative
inquiry.
financing, guys. This is why you don't want to just
that
pull
she
someone.
is our
See
transaction
what happens is when somebody
Mhm.
and like
Okay, so
you're gonna go
you're gonna
on
go on
YouTube and try to learn this stuff.
trying to
You're
learn
not.
stuff.
anything needed from the
Not
buyer
getting enough content enough of it. That's possible. And
Go on YouTube.
you don't need to
Talk about
and people talk about
subject
the people self
buy now,
finance
seller
and
finance.
self finance subject to what happens.
All right. Yeah, I was reluctant to
Those
copy. I carbon copied you, and I'm like, she told me
Learning
that so
high
and so,
high level
but I was
shit.
just like, I wanted to.
Very high level stuff.
I got the assignments in, so I
Here's the
wanted
cool
to.
thing
Here's
is
the cool
like
thing
these
is
calls
that
are
these
fun
calls are fun
because
because
I've talked to you guys
I've
about
got to
creative
tell
financing.
house.
It's just
It's
that
just that
you're not
you're
ready
not
to hear
ready
it.
to hear it.
Now the
And
next
then
time you
next
hear
time
me
you hear
talk
me
about
talking about
it,
so make sure
will be
so
understood at
understand
another
at
level, right?
another
Repetition.
competition.
I see online.
Not online.
It's like
It's
I
like
have to learn this, and then I can learn this, and if somebody's teaching me what this is, I'm like, yeah, that's really
that's
interesting,
really
but I'm
interesting.
not
I'm
quite
typing the
ready
email up
to
now.
hear
I
it,
won't copy you
right?
in it this time.
So that's what I'm trying to
That's
do
what I'm
here
trying
is
to do
breaking up these
is breaking
days.
this.
It's like, let me show you how to put it into
Yeah.
action.
Yes.
Let me show you how to generate leads. Let me show you how to
Yes.
underwrite deals. And then also we'll have a day all about what the strategies are, you know, what kinds of models and all that.
And she's going to be the one handling everything.
To specifically answer your question, I switched over to a
Yeah, and her name is Melanie, and then the last name is
agreement for sale
Alize.
because I'm not going to convince him to
Alize.
go.
I thought it was Alize.
And here's the other thing. Here's what's crazy is there's a house I bought a couple weeks ago where I told the seller flat out, like, I'm not going to buy it at that price. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And he really went back and did everything I said I was.
And it's MELANI.
Here's the high level shit that you don't even know yet. Let's say in a week or 2 weeks, Willa gets back on the phone. There's a high possibility I still buy this house.
My name is Paige. Our emails are all pretty easy. It's just our first name at velocityasset.com.
Trust.
Trust.
Right? Because now we've had multiple conversations, this, that, and the other, and then I'll probably say something like, you know, just circling back to the subject you got. Can you tell me why you don't know how to get,
I did
you know,
respond
open
to
up the
that
dialogue
one
and
email
now
where she was asking about the
whereas right now, whatever dialogue I have,
you might want to just say that
that makes sense.
I don't know how, if you want to bring it
It's
up.
kind of like
Just let her know that I'm
doing anything with your significant other. You know,
I don't know if she'll even understand what the heck that means, but
that's a hard analogy.
after that, everything goes to Melanie.
I want to make an analogy there, but probably.
So anyway, I'm going to
And Laura can hear you. She was my wife's but yeah, she can hear. I got a question.
Which I sent him a picture of
I said it too.
Why the seller had
anyway.
Okay.
And then she texted me back.
really have any
I've already done close some deals with them before, so I already have their instructions.
Okay, so it's the
So I
same
was
thing.
like, okay, perfect. That works out even better.
I don't have the tax benefits the seller does. So the only thing about contract for deed is different because it was who's
just may not have had a chance.
but when I say he doesn't control anything, it means he can't sell it. He can't finance it.
We usually give him a couple of days.
The only thing he does is he has a piece of paper that makes him feel happy. Makes him feel happy. That's it.
Guy closes like 100% of the deals that we do with them.
But what if, like, for instance, something gets a lien or something because it's still on G? He could potentially still do something or mess up with the IRS and put a lien on the place for something that can still be done, right? So he's still in his name.
Just to let him know. And then
yes, it can be done, but here's the beautiful thing.
Like I said, if it's anything
You are in a position for the IRS.
you can contact Melanie.
Oh, okay.
If there's anything else,
Okay, so hypothetically, if that happens, right, and then also you have a contract with him that he's not technically the owner. It's a tricky thing that I'll go through that, but that's like a 45-minute conversation.
Or any questions you have or anything like that.
Okay.
So how does it work? Because aren't you technically, as a mortgage owner, he's responsible for making the mortgage payment for you if there's an agreement for sale?
So what you guys are missing in that conversation is that sometimes you don't work everything out in the conversation with the seller. You're just planting seeds, okay? What still has to happen in another conversation is how the mechanics of actually work are no different than a subject. I'm going to pay a servicing company, which will ultimately pay the mortgage company and pay him. It'll be two separate.
Gotcha.
Why would I, in that situation, in a heated conversation, why would I even get into any of those particulars? It's not important. The only thing I'm going to get into these conversations is what is pertinent to moving the seller down. That's it. Now, if a seller physically is like, well, I don't want to make sure you have to make payments and I don't have to track you down, at that point I would bring it this.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, because you don't want to waste your time going into details.
Right, sounds good. Well,
right, you only want to use your bullets where you have to.
You text me back whenever you
speak to Eugene, and you want to use your bullets sparingly.
Email over to Amy,
so
we're all set.
You have ammunition, right? Information is ammunition. I will use information where I need to in one call, and then I'll save other bullets and other ammunition for the next call.
Okay, you're welcome. I will talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later.
Only address enough conversation to move him to the next phase of the conversation.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
Mr. Mina.
Mr. Mina.
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man.
Making some calls today?
Hmm?
You heard me.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
All right, that's cool. What's a little bit, like one or two?
A lot. I actually really like what you said yesterday about part that, don't let it get to you, like as far as not getting your goal. If you're not getting your goal, is the person you become into getting the goal. So I guess there's different things that I should be focusing on. And grow in that part. That kind of really resonated with me. So I'm gonna definitely be working on that.
Look that up when you get a chance if you got Audible.
Yeah. What's up, Joseph? How's it going, man?
Joseph over there playing the piano.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm in my disposition mode, so.
That's cool, man. That's good for me. I could make the calls and I'm not bothering you, right?
You never bothering me, man. What are you talking about?
Man, the slightest bit, if you're trying to focus and I'm making calls, it's...
Bro, trust me. You can be rapping and it won't distract me. I'll still make my calls, trust me.
All right, fantastic. I love it.
What's up, Mina?
How's it going, man?
How are you, bro?
So, 8 hours work. How many calls should I make? I'm gonna make
as many as you can, bro.
All right, I'm gonna make a tally. I'm gonna work. Let's see what.
Joseph,
Yo, what did the lady tell you? What did your wife? I think you're about to get in.
Nah,
She's sending you money and you like her very much. Now she's gotta control you, bro. You ain't the type to have a feminine woman.
So what you do with people like that is you make them feel in control. There's never a time where I'm not in control, okay?
Except for her.
Learn from a pro.
So I heard about something about EMD. What's that about?
Oh, you don't know what it stands for?
No, what's going on with that?
No, because that way I could go to this amendment.
Got it.
I think I'm gonna do it anyway because he's a pretty serious buyer, so I might as well just get it out the way today.
Okay. So once you deposit on title, then you talk to the seller, or what's the?
Yeah, because the amendment is for him $5,000 of the seller's money is going to be held until the tenant moves out, but I didn't include that in my initial contract, which I should have, but.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna talk to the seller after he deposits the earnest money.
That way, you know, if
it's smooth.
Yeah, if the buyer does back out, at least I get some money. I mean, I hate to let this down. I mean, at least it's serious, you know. Earnest money is good consideration, right?
Yeah, but what if the seller says no? I'm not. I don't want to do what you were telling me.
That ain't gonna happen, man. My name is George, man. What you talking about, man?
Come on, let's go.
George gets his way, man.
All right.
Georgia.
I'm gonna call the seller live for you just for throwing that out there.
Or yeah, that's Melvin. All right, John L. Logan.
I guess that quote is by Tony Robbins. It's not about the goal; it's about growing and becoming the person that can accomplish that goal.
Oh, you found something on Tony Robbins, huh?
Yes, I set up an appointment. Awesome. Well, he just did. He wanted a brochure. Right?
Should I just go through the insurance I got already?
He is pretty open to it. He just said, "Do you have a brochure?"
Trying to waste your time, or you trying to save some money? The best way I found to get best insurance is to talk to literally 3 or 4 insurance brokers.
Can you hear the phone ring?
Can you hear the phone ring?
Each broker has.
Oh, through a broker. Why can't I do it online?
So this is the thing, right? Each insurance broker.
Hey, is this John?
Has around
yes, it is. Hey, John. My name's Pace Morby. I'm partners with Melvin. How you doing?
Look through the cheapest and best.
Awesome. Hey, I'm sitting down, just getting into the office. I know you're in Phoenix, so I'm just really getting to my office. And I've got your house and a handful of others I've got to look at today. And I'm the lucky guy that just gets to underwrite deals all day long. See deals. I wanted to chat and kind of see where you and Melvin left off the conversation and see if want to take the path and maybe working out a deal with you.
Maybe working out a deal with you.
How long would it take to get?
How'd the conversation go? Where'd you guys leave it off?
Where do you guys leave it off?
So, for example, I got Progressive. I've been with Progressive for years, right? So you're saying don't go directly to Progressive Direct.
Well, that's me. That's me. So, he was saying, you guys were opening to a seller carryback. Do you have any questions about that or how that all works?
Well, yeah, no, I need further explanation. Sold a series of homes, but I've never done anything like
Okay. Usually what I do in that situation, is I will have you talk to our closing attorney, or I'll have you talk to our escrow officer who handles the transaction, so you can ask really detailed questions about paperwork, disclosures, the ins and outs, the mechanics of how it all works, the legalities of it. We also have a website, but the website doesn't really go into any of the seller finance stuff that we do. Primarily, the best place to get info is directly from the people who are going to handle the transaction in the first place.
I get
If you want me to set up a phone call with them, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, and I'd also like you to just go ahead and text me the.
That's what I've been doing for getting like insurance rate.
Yeah, for sure. The name of the website is keylegal.com, KEYGLL or DLEE.com. I will also text that to you.
Very good, appreciate it.
No problem. Did you, before I get into the nitty gritty on this deal, any other questions that maybe I can answer?
No, but you made mention that you're just. I had a lengthy day yesterday, and I'm just doing the same in my office. Can you give me about 5 minutes?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you'd rather just chat with the title company or the closing attorney, I can just send them a call. Or if you have specific stuff that I can answer, I would be happy to call you back in 5 minutes.
Okay, you know what? Why don't you go ahead and email me that? I'll go ahead and or text me the website. I'll take a look at it and take that may have, and then I'll try to get back in touch with you and decide how to move forward from there.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Think about it. Insurance is your.
So it's not that hard. I kind of did the same thing with Rafa this morning. Rafa's like, the guy talked to a real estate agent, and the real estate agent said that they shouldn't do this kind of transaction. I was like, great, but pull the real estate agent on the MLS and see how many deals that real estate agent's done in the last year.
Oh, this is becoming easy. I'm just
right? It's like,
information.
why would you talk to a real estate agent? Why don't you talk to a closing attorney or to a title company? So Rafa's like, oh, that's a great idea. So he called his closing attorney, and the closing attorney is the one that was like, oh, that's not a deal, has an adjustable rate mortgage. The closing, because that's what these guys do. They do these transactions all the time. They're like, no, Rafa, you don't want to do that deal. Pace, why did you defer this?
George from Georgia.
What do you mean, Vincent?
George from Georgia, that's me, man.
Like,
has a
instead
ring
of
to it,
answering
doesn't
these
it?
questions, why did you say I'm going to have to talk?
What questions?
Well, I mean, he was saying I wanted to know more about this. And
no, he doesn't want to know more. So I can profile people very quickly. Okay, that's probably one thing you guys will notice. Hold on just a second.
Could we pick up from where we left off? You were talking about like how you profile people and you already automatically knew what the guy's personality was. And I was asking, why did you defer him to a real estate attorney or title company?
Because I profiled him. He didn't have any questions. None. He has zero questions.
All right.
He doesn't have one single question. That's why you heard me ask him 3 times. I go, is there any questions I can answer for you? He's like, well, I don't know. I'm just getting settled in my office. If he had a question, he'd just ask. He doesn't need to get settled in his office. He doesn't have a question. He's uncertain, and he doesn't have the confidence. Like, no offense to Melvin. Melvin did a lot of really hard work to get at that point, but Melvin hasn't instilled enough confidence in this guy. That's why I came in and go, it's not the questions he has about the mechanics. Nobody cares about the mechanics. No one. Nobody cares about the brochure. They don't even care about the name of your company.
Do you do business?
What they care about. Yo, who's doing a screen share right now?
Structure.
That was me, my bad. I was trying to send it to the chat.
Got it. Okay.
Exterior.
That's 8 years.
Yeah, so there you go. So you got 8.29 years or 8 years and 3 months or whatever it is. 8 years and 4 months, something like that.
That's something I need to
Will you unshare the screen?
Just guess it, man. Just say
Yeah, I'm trying to see how. Oh, got it.
So, Vincent, does that make sense? Like, that guy doesn't give a crap about the mechanics. He only cares. He's uncertain. So, he's like, man, I don't even know if this guy's real, right? It could be the tone of your voice. It could be the cadence. It could be a lot of things. And so, the guy is actually, at the end of the day, he just wants some credibility. So, what I taught you guys at a very high level is get your closing on the title on the phone with them. So people, here's the thing: is people are going to go, "Oh my gosh, I'm not going to sound confident like Pace is on the phone. I'm not going to do this, so I'm going to fail." No, you're not. Okay, it's okay to not sound confident, right? You got to go through and take the action. Worst case scenario, what do you do, Vincent? You just get the closing attorney or your title company on the phone with them and explain the mechanics. At the end of the day, Bluetooth audio. David, I'm going to karate chop you.
My Bluetooth device is available right now. I'm trying to connect one.
That was a sneeze.
So, Vincent, great question to pop up because that's something I think a lot of people are missing.
is that they're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, why did Pace do this? Why did Pace do that? Because I realize that guy doesn't have one single question. He wants to do a deal. He wants to move forward, but he's unsure of the person he's talking to, not the type of transaction. So instead of him saying, man, I really don't know. You sound like you're kind of new. You sound like this, and this. He's saying, show me a brochure. Show me a website. I want to know that you guys at least had $432 to build a crappy little website. At least I want to know that. That's really what he's saying, but he's just saying, send me a brochure.
Got it. Yeah, it's all about credibility. I got it.
Right. He's basically saying, send me a credibility package. You know the best thing to send as a credibility package is just put him in touch with somebody who does these transactions all the time.
Yes.
Right. That's why you defer them to a closing attorney or title.
Almost done.
There we go. And then some.
So Keston hasn't been back, huh?
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
That's cool. He'll come back.
Yeah, you ain't gonna check on your boy?
Yeah, man. He's okay.
Let's crack.
311. Wow.
He is, it was also the Ocala expired listings list. He's an accidental landlord because of the pandemic. He wants to sell. He is interested in terms in the military, but the only thing is, he says that it sounds too good to be true. So he wanted basically a marketing piece of what Subs to creative financing is, because he just thought that I was a Nigerian scammer. So.
Oh wow! Is it because of your accent, maybe?
Yeah, I had to reassure him that I'm not trying to scam him.
I never even thought about that as your accent was an issue. But now that you're saying that out loud, I can see.
Dang, the heating type is gas. So the answer is yes to that one.
I just sent his phone number to the chat.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Oh no.
Should I tell him, hey, making this
call? It says, was this home ever heated by oil? That's gas, right? No, that's two different things.
I'm actually deadbeat with that kind of shit.
You said you what?
Like gas and oil, I gotta get some education in that.
Yeah, I think oil is different. Has the heating system been replaced?
Gas and oil are actually 100% different.
Exactly.
That's because if you ever have a house that has an oil tank, it's a big issue. It's like a 10G to get rid of it.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Environmental bullshit. If it's underground.
Hey, I'm calling on behalf of Robin and Tanisha. Did they tell you I was going to be calling?
Some stuff like that.
Awesome. Yes, awesome.
This house was built in 1948. It's asking me, has the heating system been replaced? Had to have been. See, this is the things that I need to ask.
That you were working. You had a couple either.
Take notes, man. What is that question? Maybe I'll take notes myself.
What about the oil?
Mm-hmm.
It asks, was the home ever heated by oil? Why, you gonna ask that to some sellers?
Very legitimate question, because if it has an oil tank and it has to be removed, like I said, it's like 10 G's.
Well, let's go through them. Let me make sure.
Yeah, dang is right.
Tell me how you understand the deal.
It says, has the heating system ever been placed? That's the HVAC, right?
Say that one more time.
It says, has the heating system been replaced? That's HVAC, right?
Sometimes they have baseboards. I don't know how you guys have it in Georgia, but it's either base or it could be HVAC.
Oh yeah, I remember those baseboards up north in Ohio, man. I forgot about that.
Why did they? Georgie Borgie.
Who is that? Oh.
This is a seller. Mr. Kingston. Dude, I have a task for you to add to your to-do list.
Say it again?
I have a task for you to add to your to-do list.
What you got?
I have a lady. Is that a game behind you on the TV or is that a song?
It's a screensaver.
Oh, okay. Looks like again. This lady, I was talking to on Tuesday. She's a friend of a friend in sub two, and she has a lead of a seller. So basically, the seller, I mean, she's gonna explain it when she gets here, but the seller is 80 years old. Uh, One of the people who sent the property did not send me the mobile home park list for sale. I have no money. The lady has no money, but really wants to partner with somebody who knows how to talk seller financing with the seller. Can we JV and split money 50-50? I want and need passive income. My mom is 90 years old, living in Venezuela. What? Where
Why don't you just put all that information in the chat? You want me to call them?
No. The lady is gonna join, but let me put it on chat. You're right. You read it.
So I just read it. What do you need me to help? You want me to JV with you? You said?
No, she wants to JV with me, but
oh, you pushing it off on me, huh?
Exactly. That's the.
You don't get good on the phones today. When you gonna get good on them, bro?
All right. So I'm not gonna get good on the phones today. When am I gonna get good on the phones? Someday, bro. So that's the notes.
Select all the home security features that apply to your home.
I don't know why she sent me this. I thought this was the sellers. Oh yeah, and I have another. Oh, she's here.
Who, Paulette?
Yeah.
Oh, she said something in the chat.
Yeah.
You said she's in the mentorship?
She's a friend of a friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who sent me a text? I think somebody sent me a text.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Okay. Change the photo. See if I can do that.
See, as the plumbing system there.
Choose virtual background, maybe. Let's see. None. Can you see me now?
We see a beautiful swimming pool with palm trees and a beach.
Well, I'm in Miami. Where are you guys?
I'm San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, we got Joseph is the only exotic liver.
Joseph, very nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to come in, and also George and Nina.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I've been following Jamil and Pace for about 2 years now, but unfortunately I don't have enough money for their mentorship yet. I'm trying to wholesale since November with not much luck because several sales have fallen through for one reason or another, so I haven't made any money yet. But I am subscribed to lots and lots of people who are sending me their properties, and one person sent me a mobile park in Texas. And I was wondering if there's any way we could all either JV, partner up, and maybe buy it, the four of us together, and then split the profits 25% each. I don't know.
All right, what's going on? You got a motivated seller that you're looking to do. What kind of deal is it? Creative finance?
Well, I don't know. I didn't really ask him yet because I wanted to consult with you guys first. It's a mobile park in Texas.
Okay. What kind of you got the what do you need help with exactly?
Yes, creative finance, because I have no money to put down, to tell you the honest truth. So it would have to be, because I've heard Pace saying that with creative finance, sometimes the seller agrees like 10,000 down and then monthly payments and things like that. But as I'm not in the subgroup group, I don't really know how to go around it. I don't even know how to talk to the seller. I'm a bit scared in that sense, you know. So I need a lot of help. But I don't want to buy it all by myself. I mean, I don't mind JVing and seeing how we can all make some profits. Because I understand that the mobile park list hasn't come out yet. You know, the one that Faces offered to send us a few weeks ago.
So
So I wanted to get a jump start on things because when I saw Pace how much money he's making off of a mobile park, passive income, I got excited. I mean, so far I hadn't even thought about mobile parks, but apparently it is. It is a lucrative business.
Yeah. So the seller said that he wanted 10,000 down.
No, I haven't talked to him. I wanted to talk to you guys first. I haven't approached him yet.
So you don't even know if he's willing to carry a note. You're just saying that you don't have the money to buy the house yourself. So that's why you're reaching out to do it creatively.
It's a mobile park. It's not a house.
Oh, it's a mobile home park.
Yes, mobile home park. Yes.
Have you tried to wholesale it?
I haven't even talked to the man yet. I don't know. I think I need a lot of help.
A lot of help.
Okay, Joseph, man, help us out, bro. You were staring at what were you telling her you can help her with?
Yeah, so I mean, do you have so you haven't talked to the seller yet, so you don't know if even she's willing to sell or not. Is that the case?
It's a man, and he sent me the property, so I think he's willing to sell.
Cool. So you have his number and address. You wanna post it on the chat?
Wait. Let me see. Let me look at it.
George is gonna do some wonders.
Actually, I don't make calls right now, bro. I call later at between 4 and 5:30.
All right.
I'm in disposition mode right now.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yes, I have his number, but he said text me. So I think the best thing to do, the first thing is the text, right?
Know him personally? Have y'all spoke before?
Sorry, what?
Do you know him personally, or have y'all spoken on the phone before?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, how do you know that he's wanting to sell it?
He sent me the offer. I'm on his buyers list.
Okay, what's the offer?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. It cut off.
Yeah, what is the offer that he sent you that he wants you to look at?
I'll read it out. He said, this property is fantastic and has a great
I think you're breaking up.
It's located on 8.91 acres of land.
Yeah,
Mobile park supports 38 additional units.
Paulette, you're breaking up. Do you wanna paste it on the chat?
What?
You're breaking up. Do you wanna paste
Okay,
it?
I'm gonna cut and paste. Just a minute, okay?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Let me see if I can do that. Just a second. Do you think monthly cash?
Yeah. So, Keston has a lot of properties he's holding, but he's not here on the Zoom. And George is starting to hold properties. Mina has few properties he's holding. So the answer is yes.
And you also wholesale? And you also fix and flip?
Yeah, most of the people who do one, they do like one and more. Because when you buy and hold, you just give them. There is not too much. You don't get too much upfront, but long term. And when you wholesale, you get a lot of money upfront. So buy and hold is like long term income, cash flow, and wholesaling you make like 10,000 once. So most of the people do both.
Yes.
All right, so there is 20 units in this 8 acre of land, as well as 28 additional units.
Yes.
Okay, this mobile home park is the ideal place for our additional RV mobile homes fund. The property is currently cash flowing and is approved and ready for immediate expansion. Okay, so the 20 units are currently operating and the 28 are additional.
Yes.
Okay, and ready for immediate probably 20 mobile pad sites. So are they mobile home? The pads, are they filled with like RVs or is it like mobile homes?
I don't know. I'll ask.
Okay.
I'm gonna start writing down a series of questions. Ask him. Okay.
So you said mobile home at pad sites located in Santa Ana, and is it how far is it like the site from the city? Is it too far out of sight or is it closer to like any good place?
Oh, it says Santa Fe, Texas.
Okay.
Located outside of Santa Fe. Ah, you mean how many miles away from the city?
Yeah.
So I'll ask that as well.
Okay.
Thanks for giving me good advice.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. That's what we're here to do. So, excellent view from the main highway. 100 plus put into the building to brand new septic tank. Great opportunity. Purchase price is 800, 10,000 non-refundable. Quick close taken into consideration. So he's asking for 800,000.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have the address, or do you feel comfortable sharing it, or you want to first talk to the person?
No, he hasn't given me the address because he's only given me his phone number.
Okay, got it. So there are a couple of ways. So you can, if you want, I can actually connect you with the person who's actually, George. I don't think you're interested in mobile homes, right?
Yeah, me personally, no.
Oh, okay. So there is a person I know who loves mobile homes. Um, if you're ready, I can have him connect to you, and then you can have a three-way call with the seller. Cause most of the like it depends. Now, is he gonna be willing to sell it on terms or not? Because the for the park itself, the value comes with the cash flow. Like how much money does it produce? It's kind of like an apartment building.
Yes. So shall I ask him for a rent roll or something like that?
Yeah, but I don't want to give you the exact question because I've never dealt with a mobile home park.
Okay.
I know that Pace was going to give one, and then we're going to try and negotiate and start working on that direction, but he hasn't sent it yet. So none of us have really delved into that. We're mostly dealing with single family. So what I can say is that I connect with the person who's actually doing a lot of mobile home parks. He would have much better questions to ask and how to figure out what's the exact value. And then I can put you on the phone call with him, and then he talks with you to the seller, so that way he asks the questions, and you kind of introduce, oh, this the guy is actually interested. They want to see if you can work something out, and then he's gonna jump in and ask all the questions, and you're gonna hear it on the background with a three-way call with him, and then at the end of the day, if it works out, you both can work something out. He'll probably have the money to purchase the thing, and yeah, I mean, money most of the time is not an issue. The issue is if it's a good deal or not.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people are willing to put money if it actually makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So if you're open to that, let me just connect you with him.
Okay, but the thing that I have never ever called the seller. Should I at least send them a message first or something?
So how you say this? So this was kind of like an email blast to you?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And you're not even sure that the person who blasted you is actually a wholesaler or
okay,
or the owner.
Let me see. He has a company. It's called CJC.
CJC. Sorry, what was that? CJC wholesaler?
Maybe he's not the seller. Maybe he's just a wholesaler.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking too. Because most of the times when I like as a message sent like this, it looks like somebody's trying to advertise a property, which is most likely either a realtor.
So, yes.
Yeah, so it's most likely either a realtor or a wholesaler. But either ways, I mean, if it makes sense, it doesn't matter if it's a wholesaler. So let me just talk to the guy, and then I'll text you on Facebook, and then you can have a phone call with him and the person who sent you a text. So
all right, thanks.
Yeah, if you want to text the guy, that's fine. Like ask him, you know, can we talk or something like that?
Yes.
Anyways, work.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll wait for your message whenever you can.
Yeah, definitely. I'll do it right now,
Thank
and
you.
then I'll wait for the response.
Thank you. And so I'm checking out from Zoom and leaving you guys, and hope we can do some kind of business eventually.
Definitely. And feel free to come and do this Zoom anytime. So George, like right now, is making calls, so we're always making calls here. So whenever you feel like doing
so
that,
are you here from 9 to 5 or?
We're actually here more than that time. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And where are you buying, and what are you buying? Single family, multifamily? Maybe I can find something for you guys.
Single family. Single family
like
mostly.
A bird dog? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, single family makes sense, but multifamily, I mean, we can pass it to some buyers who might be interested.
Okay. And single family 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, or?
It really doesn't matter, honestly.
And do you want it in a distressed condition, or do you want it like turnkey?
Most of the times we're looking for something to work on, so a little bit distressed is much better and at a discount so that the numbers make sense. But turnkeys also we can buy them on terms.
Yes, for Airbnb, right?
Yeah.
And any particular state?
So George is in Georgia. Mina is in New Jersey.
Yes.
And Keston is in Georgia too. But if you have other states, I mean, as long as the numbers make sense, we can always work something.
Yes. Okay, so I'll be sending some things over. Thank you so much for all your help, and I'll keep in touch.
Yeah, thank you, Lola. Thank you for joining here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Keston, I've missed you, bro.
What up, dog?
Missed you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed
Nothing. Welcome back to your Zoom.
How you guys doing, man?
Good.
We're happy now.
Man.
George been making calls. He closed the deal.
Yeah, been making calls, bro. I just haven't been able to. Been multitasking a lot, so I've been making calls on the go.
Oh, that's sweet. Sweet. Well, how are you? How are you in general?
I'm good, bro. I'm doing all right, man.
Is that a new house?
Word, you see it, right?
Nice.
Trying to step up.
Man, where you at, bro? I got to get my background like that.
I'm in the crib, dog. I'm trying to step up, you know?
Damn, you bought Jerry Norton's second house? Man, what's going on?
I can't let Peace get too far ahead of me, you know?
Right.
Yo, bro. I had a humbling, heart-aching moment. You know, Abraham, he bought that deal that Ranshida bought to us.
Ranshida.
Your girl, your homegirl. I always mess her name up.
Oh, she bought y'all a deal?
No. You remember when she bought the deal to you and me?
Yes.
To try to call the dude, and he was a snob.
Yes.
And then I had moved forward with him. I was like, you remember? You might work on that. So I met him. Went with him. I met him property there on the deal and all of the tenants, all their information, all the income expenses, all of that. Gave me everything. And I was like, cool, I could lock it up. My dispo game is cool. I have my clutch people. Like it was 4 midnight. So I was like, all right, Donovan Reese, I'm sending this one to the dogs. Like, let me see, y'all be talking about dispo with this and dispo with that.
Oh man, this ain't the deal he was just doing on the Zoom, was it?
No.
Okay.
And gave it to them. Really do much with it, obviously. And then and it was kind of like an out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, because for a typical investor, it didn't make sense with cash flow, with coming out 4 million or whatever, because he wanted like 450 per property type of thing. Then this week, Wednesday, I seen Abraham bought 9 properties on Hammond Drive. I'm like, yo, I know this deal. Like, so I started to feel sick. I'm like, these dudes, they sold the deal from under me. What ended up happening, it was somebody else bought him the deal, and he ended up working out with the seller, much like Reese's deal, giving him like almost $1 million in cash and seller financing the rest. That made me feel better. I'm like, all right, like that's a big boy kind of deal, but it also challenged me to think like, am I thinking too small when it comes to these deals and structuring, offloading them? Because why couldn't I do that? You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't I go to Abraham and get even that assignment from him and see like, yo, so it really kind of, it taught me a lesson really. Like, he took a multi-family thought process and concept, got people to come into the deal to get some ownership, and he seller financed the rest to him. And it really just it challenged me, bro. And it made me think about my seller in Warner Robins that got these 20-something properties that's been giving me a few here, a few there. Why not just go to her with a pile of money like how they did and take all her properties, give her like about a couple $100,000 cash and seller finance the rest. We already know she does enjoy seller financing. Mm-hmm. And she's given it to me with no balloon for 15 years. So we already have a relationship. I've wholesale properties for her at no charge, and so we have that relationship. So now it's like, man, I'm thinking really small. I should go to her and give her like $200,000-$400,000 and just wholesale and just seller finance the rest of her properties and give some people some equity stake in them. But anyway, I'm like, that deal made me be like, damn it, Keston, you and your small thinking, mini me. Right? Oh man.
Felt like you got kicked in the stomach.
Nah, not that bad. It would have been a kick in the stomach if the guys who I gave it to sold it. That would have been a gut punch. That would have pissed me off, right? Mm-hmm. But I took it. I mean, it still felt because I had it like right here still. Mm-hmm. But it just really made me question my level of thinking. Like, am I thinking single family too small? And yesterday I was hanging out with a bunch of multifamily guys. It's crazy. We took our families out yesterday. That's why I was nowhere around. And bro, I was the stupidest guy there, man. They were talking things that had my head, like I was like just looking at them, like without saying a word because I had no contribution, bro. Like I was just like,
hey, but Kes, that's the game though.
It's the best place to be.
That's the game. That's the game. Always, even if you do know, act like you don't, because people always want to act like they teaching you something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how you get all the free game.
Yo, it's the best place to be, bro, because
I know absolutely nothing.
But here's the crazy thing. They called me a superstar in the single family world. They're like, hey, this is the superstar and his wife in the single family world, and they're doing their thing in the multifamily world. So they're trying to understand systems and lead generation and stuff from me.
Nice.
And how to talk to sellers. So they have me call some of their sellers and stuff. And I'm trying to learn how to structure deals and like, bro, they sent me a spreadsheet with deal analyzing like multifamily deals. And my head is like, that's just like,
what's up.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Never want to be the top dog in any group, for sure. That's how you grow.
Yeah.
I felt really dumb, bro. Word. But dumb, but smart. Because I know I'm in the right place, you know?
Right.
All right, Reggie, let's get going.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, George, man, earlier, bro. My electricity went out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
You know what?
Electricity pops back on, but for some reason this time, every single one of my smoke carbon alarm things was beeping at the same time.
Oh man,
I couldn't get them to cut off.
You know, last week when we were about to get off, but I had stood up and it ended. It said the host ended this meeting. I hope you didn't think I hung up on you. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it just said host has ended meeting.
Oh, yeah.
I think Ted did it, but I was like, damn, I stood up. It looked like I hit the button.
No, I remember because just before that, I was on, but really wasn't on. I was doing something else, and Keston was leaving, and then he gave Ted the host. Yeah. Yeah, man. But yo, Kes, I got the number in the bank.
Amazing. I was in
Yeah.
Even 2 weeks, for real. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So this is what I got. He said about the moratorium is over for foreclosures on sales. He gave numbers. He said the loan balance $322,665.63. He said that's not the payoff, but I went ahead and ordered the payoff anyway. So I should have the payoff by tomorrow, which will give us all the attorney fees and all the fees all together.
Give me that number again. I'm sorry, 3226.
Yeah, it's $322,665.63.
Okay.
Interest rate is 4%. Arrears is $56,100.
56,180
and his monthly PITI is $22.27.94.
2227.
But and all that sounds kind of crazy. But the good part is the ARV is hovering at about 500.
Okay. All right, so it's basically, let's call it 323. I like rounding things off.
Right.
So 323. Get rid of this. 323K. 4.
Arrears is 56K.
56K. And PITI is 2200.
23. Yeah, I said 2300.
3. What's your thoughts?
Well, talking to the crew here yesterday, Mina thinks that we should do a wrap, which I'd have to probably go over that in my mind again because I have zero experience with that. And then I can't remember if it was either Joseph or George said, we could just subtail that. I think that's what it's called. But basically put it back on the market in retail. Right. The thing is, it's not a good idea to short sale this one. Because what's going to happen is we'll end up paying more money. Because, whenever you do a short sale, they're going to do an appraisal or a BPO. Mm-hmm. And short sales sell typically at about 80% of the ARV. Mm-hmm. If we just flat out buy it for what he owes on it, I think we're at about $385. So if we short sale it, we'd probably be buying it at like $430. The only piece that I'm missing that I haven't gotten yet is I don't know what's owed with HOA and how much that is. But I'm thinking we can get a round number from him and then validate by calling the HOA.
Okay. Do you know what would need to happen to get it up to speed for the 500K ARV?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but based on what he explained with initial conversations, it's just cosmetic stuff because he's done quite a bit to the property before he got into trouble a couple years ago. I mean, he added, granite countertop. He did a gang of updates. So I would say, in short, maybe about worst case scenario, like $20,000.
That's exactly the number I wrote down. 20K updates. So that would That would land this at almost, call it 400,000, 399 with that. So 400,000, which still leaves still here's somebody asking about where your husband. Hold on. All right.
Reggie, how many years is the mortgage and how many years has passed?
Oh,
Hi, you reached Jason McCune. I can't get to the phone right now. Leave me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Hi, you reached Jason McCune. I can't.
what do you mean come in with that? You talking about as far as purchase?
Yeah, because that's what it would take to kind of catch it up and have it ready to go on the market. So I think sinking that amount of money is not, let me, before I say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that because of foreclosure proceedings yet.
Mm-hmm.
If they go to foreclose, it's going to be a few months for them to foreclose. Okay. We could just put it on the market while they're going through that process.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. I missed what you said. My wife was being weird. Say that again.
I think we would have to put that money. I would say just let them start the foreclosure process because it's going to take a couple of months before they are able to do anything. While they're going through that foreclosure process, we can come to an agreement with him and then just put it on the market. So I guess from as far as what would we like to happen right now, number one, Mina made a good point. Let's figure out, what his views are. Like how long is the mortgage? How long did he have left on the mortgage? Number two, how much would it take for him to allow us to do that? Like, how much is it going to take for him to just walk away? Let us put it on the market.
Well, I think it depends on how you frame the picture. If you frame the picture, hey, I got to come in with $56,000 to save this. He ain't walking away with nothing. He's ready to sign that thing over, right? Like, because, I mean, who the hell would want to pay you 56 plus the adding it on to the 323, right? Because he's in distress, right? You got to remember that. So the approach would be, hey, the conversation would be, man, I spoke to your bank, and this is what we got to come into to be able to actually save the house.
Right.
Like, what do you want to get out of this, really? That's the question that we'd have to ask him. What's your best case scenario here? Because we don't mind coming in and paying that, but that would now mean that we're paying, that would be the 323,000 plus the 56. So that would now mean that we're in at 379,000. So we're going to be, that's the cost of the house now, right? Because the arrears would have to be paid off to make anything significant happen to it. But this is the picture we're painting to him.
Gotcha.
Right? What we do with it is different. And so I think it's so hold on. Before I get into my thoughts, are you finished expressing what you think and stuff? I like to hear everyone's chain of thoughts before I start kind of going off on my own thoughts.
Yeah, a couple things that I think we should really address in the beginning with him is find out that how much time you have left on your mortgage. And another thing too, because just like with the other lady, how much do you owe to HOA? Because if it's $12,000-$15,000, then that's that's more into painting that picture. That's more money we got to pay. And then as far as playing devil's advocate, if we have to come to the table, let's just say all out, we got to pay $400K to acquire this property. That means essentially we're hovering at about $100,000 in profit, right? However, what if, again, playing devil's advocate, if he says, you know what, this is just too much, I don't care, they could just take the house. I think we have a lot to lose in that 100,000 as opposed to, let's say, hey, we can give you $5-6 grand to help you with your moving.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. Like, because I've come across a couple of times where people are like, you know what, I'm not gonna get anything out of it outside of not having a foreclosure on my credit, and I'm not getting any money from this, so I just, they could just take the house. I think if we can hold in our back pocket that, well, maybe we can give you $5 or $6 grand. If we're making 100, that might be enough to you know what I mean? That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Cool.
Bro, I have an issue actually.
Exactly. I knew his eyes was talking. Go ahead, Joseph.
I didn't hear what he said.
So what about the fact that the guy's living in the house? How are you guys gonna tackle it? I mentioned to Reggie yesterday, he said it's no problem. Keston, since you're asking before you say anything, we should express our thoughts. So I wanted to hear what you think about the guy living in the house.
I don't think anything about it.
How are you gonna kick him out?
I mean,
it's either we kick him out or the bank kick him out. So right. it's that's where you ask the question to him. Well, what's your best case scenario? And that's why I totally agree with Reggie in terms of, hey, we could help you get out and provide that service, be that problem solver, so he could move into something else. He might rent for a while, and kind of don't have his credit looking crazy. So
he gotta have some cash. His last payment that he made was July 30th, 2019.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Reggie mentioned the same thing, so got it. Just wanted to point it out.
Cool. That's it. That's all you got, bro?
That's it, man.
No, not you, Joseph.
That's all, bro. That's all. Got a good
Mina,
deal right there.
What's your thoughts? Come with it.
You're
muted, bro. Mina, you're still muted.
No, considering what I kind of see for how much I have to put money in, wrap might be as a second option. But I guess it really depends on how many